Hey guys, Puali here again with another sketchbook tour. Yeah, I'm on a roll. I just finished this on by the end of January or something. It's a sketchbook that I had started back in 2017, but I had left behind, and I found it at this start of the year, so I decided to just, finish it. I'm not sure why I left it behind, but it's a sketchbook made of recycled materials. It's by a small local company called Libretas here in Puerto Rico. I bought it at El Festival Claridad last year. Yeah, it was last year. And I really did like it a lot because it's made of recycled material, so it's got a lot of different types of papers. So it was really exciting to actually experiment with the different types of papers. So I think I will leave a link to Libretas, this Facebook page, so you guys can check it out, because I just love the sketchbooks they do. They also do notebooks, and they're really good at what they do, and I feel like y'all should support them. I think they do international orders, so go check them out. Yeah. Okay, so going into the sketchbook, as I said before, this sketchbook was started in 2017. I think I did like 1/4 of the sketchbook, and then I just left it, and I think I started another sketchbook at the same time, and this was just left behind and forgotten. I picked it up again and just kept going. I finished it in under a month again. So but these first few pages, I was just experimenting with the different types of media that I use. So I was just seeing what type of materials I could use in this sketchbook, like what did the paper work best with. So yeah, these first few pages were very experimental. I realized very quickly that you couldn't really do 2-page spreads with this sketchbook because of the cardboard binding that it has. The cardboard cover, it makes it really difficult for you to like open up the sketchbook and actually do like 2-page spreads, which is kind of disappointing, because I am one of those people that love to fill up sketchbooks completely. Like, I don't let any paper go to waste. I like covering from or drawing on it from top to bottom. I think you know that if you've seen my other sketchbook tours, but yeah. Right after this division was when I picked it up again in 2018, and I mainly focused on drawing with brush pens, specifically drawing directly on the paper with brush pens without sketching beforehand. And I also used a lot of heavy markers like Sharpies and Prismacolors and this other no-name brand markers that I have that tend to bleed a lot. But this sketchbook has very sturdy sketching paper, I would suppose. I think the first few sections are like made of this very sturdy sketchbook paper, which was like great for experimenting with markers and brush pens. So I had a lot of fun doing that. I did do like a few outlines for a few of the drawings, but it's mostly just drawn directly into the page, which was something that I really wanted to practice and get the hang of, because I really want to gain more confidence while drawing. Not relying too much on sketches, but like having a more sturdy or firm line while drawing. So yeah, that's like the main purpose of this sketchbook. I got a bit frustrated because I quickly realized, or just remembered, that the sketchbook was like very hard to draw on because of the cardboard cover. Nevertheless, I kept drawing on it because the paper was just so good quality that I didn't want to let it go to waste. And besides, it's just a cool looking sketchbook. I didn't want to like stop using it. So I pushed forward and kept practicing. There is a few like fan arts mixed here and there. There's like Devilman Crybaby, and I've been playing Dot Hack 2, so yeah, you'll see just a few fan arts around because it's mostly OC drawings. And I think there were some Voltron drawings at the start of the sketchbook. I'm not sure anymore. Now on this next section, the paper was like much thinner than the sketchbook paper that I had been using in the previous pages. So I switched it up and started drawing or sketching with my ballpoint pen. There's a few drawings made with pencil, but it's mostly ballpoint pen, sorry. I think I used this section to make a bunch of like sketches for projects I'm doing. I also made some layouts for my Straight D's webcomic, some background studies for like the place they were going to be at in chapter 3, which is like a karaoke place. So I looked up some reference pictures and drew them here to like figure out what type of layout I wanted for the room. And I also sketched some of the newest characters like Debbie that hadn't appeared in the comic before, so I was like figuring out her outfit and everything. Okay, so this next section had like the paper was pretty similar to the one in the last section, but it was like with a sort of green tone-ish. So I kept the ballpoint pen sketches going, but I also incorporated more brush pen. So because I just didn't want it to bleed too much, because at this point in the sketchbook, it was, since the paper was like lighter and I was nearing the end of the sketchbook, it was easier to draw on both sides of the page. So I just combined ballpoint sketches and then with some brush pen. So I would sketch in ballpoint pen and then go over them with brush pen, and I kind of liked how that looked, so I kept going with it. I think that I was, even if I was sketching with ballpoint pen, I was still challenging myself because, you know, I can't erase as I do with like pencils and stuff. So I think I was still following up with the objective of this sketchbook, which was like to gain more confidence while sketching, and to think further on what I was going to put down on the page, what lines were necessary and everything. Now this last section, the paper texture was sort of like construction paper. I think it was a bit sturdier than construction paper, but it did have that same feel. Nevertheless, I kept at it with like, you know, ballpoint pen, and I think there's a few pencil drawings here and there, but they weren't as fun, so I went back to ballpoint pen and I combined it with brush pen too. I think that by this time or this stage in the sketchbook, I was much more confident with my brush pen sketches. I just remembered that I also did a few ink washes throughout the sketchbook, mostly on the pages, the sections that had sketchbook paper. The paper did crinkle up, but it wasn't that bad. So I did that a few times just to play around with ink washes. I do miss doing those. I should get another watercolor sketchbook soon. Now that sketch is like my favorite one in the whole sketchbook. I referenced an Instagram ad and incorporated it into one of my drawings. That was my OC triangle from a comic I'm working on. These last few pictures or drawings were inspired by Instagram posts, so. And that's it. That's the end of the sketchbook. It was a fun journey, to say the least. I did already buy another sketchbook from Relibretas, so you'll see that eventually. I hope you liked it. Please leave a comment or like or share this. Anything, just do your thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.